to interview this wonderful black woman, Jade Simmons. She is running for president as an independent
of the United
States. Yes, president of the United States, not a new nonprofit, not the president of Philadelphia, not the president of Harvard, president of the United States. And we just had a conversation, and I was like, yo, so there's a black woman? I said, you talking about Carmen? I mean, the other one? Yeah. He's like, no, she's actually a musician and everything, so I was interested in her. And as I walked into the meeting, I didn't get the full everything that she was talking about, but I just want to keep this short because she did come to iDay nonprofit to speak to the youth today, and she had spoken about Kanye, and one of the girls she was like harping on it, so I'm assuming that you probably played the piano or something for Kanye on it.
No, she was asking if I knew Kanye.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Played music.
No, because he also at one point was running for president.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So there was a connection there she wanted to know about.
Okay. So I'm going to let her introduce herself just to, at least give a little background about her, and then I'll ask my top 4 questions.
Yeah.
And because I want to blow her time, she's trying to get her name out there, and I want her to get her name out there. That's why I'm interviewing her right now.
Yeah.
All right. So
thank you just for having me. You're not the only person who hadn't heard about me before today. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that. I'm running as an independent. I'm the only serious independent for president. My name is Jade Simmons. And the reason I'm running as an independent is because of the question you asked earlier. We got to get tired of all the games. We watch 2 parties play games with our lives. And politics now no longer serves people. So, yes, I am a musician, but I actually made my career as one of the most sought-after speakers in the nation. So I'm brought in by major corporations all over the world to help them deal with needing to transform through serious periods of change. And if COVID-19 in the George Floyd area is not a serious period of change, I don't know what is. But I've been running for president since January of 2020. I didn't just jump out there like somebody else who already knew. Right? I've been running with serious policy, serious proposals. Check them out at OperationRestoration2020.com. I'm also joined today by my vice presidential running mate, who is another.
Come and say hi. Come on.
Cordelia Rose is another, you can't see, black woman who is running with me. We believe it is time now for a new lane of leadership. We make no apologies for being black women, for being women, for being women of faith, for being people who do put forth serious policies that actually affect the black community specifically, because it's time for that, right? So we're excited. Thank you so much for having us. Ask your question.
Yeah, so one of the first questions that I had asked, because that was the first thing that you stated, was about running as an independent and not choosing to run as a Democrat or a Republican and playing the game. And instead, she's actually funding herself and she's raising money herself, grassroots, to actually be here, which is amazing. That's why I was like, wow, she's putting herself out here. I have to meet this woman. So one of the other questions that I wanted to ask as far as like the vaccines, I'm sure that's the biggest. If anybody's wondering, what is your stance on that? And you can just face still with me.
What I said earlier, when you brought it up, was my concern is that we're rushing, right? We want to do everything fast and first. And we need to be doing things safe and sound. Mm-hmm. So my concern is that we're rushing to get to a vaccine that's not in its most excellent, perfect form. And what I don't want to see is more Americans suffer because of a bad vaccine, when we can just wait and really get the formula right. So that's my concern. I would have to really be convinced that some serious protocol was followed to be convinced to take that first round of vaccines. And right now, I don't have the confidence that we've taken the time we've needed to develop a vaccine that we can trust.
Yeah, especially since they're saying most vaccines taking between 5 to 10 years. So it's like, how did this happen in 6 months? But that's a whole other question. We ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole right now. But as far as speaking, how did you get into that?
When I was performing as a musician, I started speaking to my audiences because it wasn't enough to me to just come out and play the instrument. So I started talking in between to the audiences that I had, and that launched into its own career of being brought in solely to speak. And Cordelia as well, one of the reasons that I invited her around with me is because not only can she speak and communicate, but she can strategize and execute. And so you need a communicator and an ideas person. You also need a strategist and a person who can execute on those ideas. Can you tell them a little bit about this journey so far?
Yeah, so when Jade asked me to run with her, for me it was a no-brainer. I'll say this has probably been by far one of the most painful years I've experienced. COVID aside, okay? We can set aside COVID. But this has been by far one of the most painful years I felt that I've endured as a United States citizen. And so when she asked, it was a no-brainer. I knew it was going to be an uphill battle, but for me, one of the things that's core to my heart is that I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to, speak against the modern day leadership without moving into action. Exactly. You're not going to see a whole lot of complaining without solutions coming from me. So when she asked, "Hey, do you want to run with me?" No brainer.
She jumped right in.
No brainer. Yeah. But back to what I do on an everyday basis. My everyday job is actually an electrical engineer.
Awesome. I was actually going to be about it. But let's go ahead. I said communication is committee. All right.
So for me, what I do on an everyday basis is leading teams and laying out roadmaps and execution plans on actually how do we develop cutting-edge technology to support the United States of America in defense and aerospace and intelligence. That's what I do on an everyday basis. And so with Jade as the visionary leading the helm, with me as the executor following her vision, I think we'll make a great team.
Awesome. So with that said, it's like I have like 20 questions in my head. And as soon as you stop, it's like, okay, I'm trying to wait for you to stop talking. But what I wanted to ask you, since you did say that you were a speaker and you guys connected, have you ever held any other positions in office?
Yeah, we run very proudly as non-politicians. I know the president said the same thing, but first of all, I wouldn't believe him when he said he's not a politician. He's been in politics all of his life. I think what we're seeing now is there needs to be a new change in culture. So while we don't look like your typical politicians, which is a good thing, we bring to the table a new type of leadership, servant leadership. If you want to finally see people prioritize over politics, profit, personal agenda. We were telling y'all off camera the politics that we run into. Grown adults not wanting to sit down together and create solutions for their own communities because they're afraid to be seen with somebody outside their party. That means we now have become more loyal to political parties than we are to the people we serve. And that's not how this is supposed to work. So if you still want to have people with lopsided agendas, if you want to worry if your president is actually on your side or not, then keep doing politics how we've done them. If you want leaders now that are committed to serving people and really diagnosing what's wrong in communities and supporting it from a federal level, that's when you choose something different.
All right, so with that said, since you ladies are so stylish and you got these nails and shoes, you need to get on pictures. And what's your favorite designers? I mean, we're musicians, you're in fashion, you look good. She is very stylish, and obviously she's probably dressing herself because she's out on the road. So this means a lot. I'm sorry. So because that means she knows how to put herself together. That means she's in tune with herself. That means when a person is in tune with themselves, that means that they're comfortable being exactly who they are. And this is what I hate to judge my clothes, but obviously when you put yourself out there, obviously the clothes make a statement. Appearance matters, and you ladies are beautiful, and I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm gonna cut it short. I know you got another interview. I'm gonna chop this up and I'm gonna tear you all over, alright? Thank you so much. This is